What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Cardinal Red, and this is the Louisville Cardinal Weekly Report. And after this loss, the football loss, man, I'm like, it's kind of stunning the way things are going right now. And just the condition of the athletic department, how far it's fallen with just 1 year. I kind of felt like this was going to happen after they let Tom Jurich go. It was just a matter of time. You know, all it started with, to me, with the controversy with Papa John. Everybody say it started with the governor. I'm not even gonna mention that guy's name because he's a real scumbag. But everybody knows who he is. But everybody say it started with that. I think it started with the whole Papa John situations and the comments that he made in one of the board of trustees meetings. But from there, we fallen all the way down to her getting spanked, by just the most random sorry teams in college football. It's almost funny, man. It's really not, but it's almost funny in a way. So the question now is, where do we go from here? Where's Louisville football? What's Louisville football supposed to do now? What's the next step? Obviously, bringing Bobby Petrino back was a step in the wrong direction. He got lucky. He landed on Lamar Jackson. It was just a lucky thing that he ran into. Otherwise, his return to Louisville would have started off like this, because he really had. I mean, it actually did start off like this because he didn't start off with Lamar Jackson. I think he started off with, it was Reggie Bonifant and Will Gardner, I think, was the quarterbacks at the time. And it didn't start out great. I can't. I think it was Will Gardner. Don't quote me on it. I have to look it up. My computer just crashed, so I can't look it up. But it didn't start out great for him, and then he fell into Lamar Jackson. Had a few good years, really good years, because Lamar Jackson's just that special. And you move on to Puma. Puma is a very highly touted quarterback, but obviously something is being lost in translation as far as the offense is going. And I'm going to say this about the offense. I'm not completely going to blame this on Petrino from my standpoint and the offense. I'm going to put this on the offense. Whoever's coaching the offensive line, and maybe Petrino's coaching the offensive line. I have to look that up too. I don't know who's actually coordinating. The offensive line is horrible. They couldn't stop a roach from eating their potatoes. I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't know what's going on with the offensive line. It's been horrible since Petrino came back. What's really messing the whole football team up is the defense. The whole defensive scheme is broken, and it needs to change. We could actually survive with Petrino if they could fix the defense. There's nothing wrong with Petrino's game planning or him as a coach or him not knowing what his A, B's, and C's of a coach. The problem is he's having to do everything, and you can tell he's trying to do everything when he should only be focusing on one thing, which is running and operating the team. And I kind of know I want to say what's going on, but I don't want to, get sued by these scumbags at U of L right now. But you could tell this is some things behind the scenes going on to where they're trying to get rid of him. It's not, I don't think it's really, Bobby Petrino is one of the greatest football coaches to ever grab a clipboard. So we could never sit here and diminish what he's done as far as rebuilding teams, what he did at Arkansas, what he did at Louisville the first time. I mean, his name is etched in stone when it comes to coaching, But you can't do everything as a football. Even if you are the head coach, you can't run the defense, the offense, the special teams. You can't call all the plays. You can't be in the press box watching what's going on the field and on the field trying to motivate players at the same time. And you can tell, man, there's some weird things going on. I don't even think these are the guys he wants in place. You know, some of these guys who they brought in, they kind of like fill-up coaches. You know, they're the coaches the U of L staff wants in place. They're not the coaches that Bobby Petrino wants in place. And a lot of people know this, but they can't say it. You know, I don't have any money, so who cares? Sue me. But you can tell this is more of the staff is they're placing people, you know. And I want to touch on the whole basketball situation too, but I'm gonna do that in another video. Stick around, hit that like and subscribe. But you can tell that they're trying to push Bobby out and bring who they want in. You know, Bobby Petrino is commanding a lot of money. The past few years for U of L, a lot of things have been based off. A lot of these decisions that have been made have been based off money and power. And people want more power within the city. People thinking certain coaches have too much power, and that they're certain athletic directors are, you know, they're pushing too hard, or they're commanding too much of a position that they don't necessarily have. And you see, let me touch on the whole Papa John situation. You see, the whole feud between him and Tom George is really what caused all this. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it real. This is what started all this. I don't know if he's the actual snitch who wasn't told on the athletic department. He might be. But, you know, one of these guys told. Somebody told. It wasn't the athletic department got caught. Somebody told. Somebody told on the athletic department because they had hurt feelings on some stuff that was going on. And the person who had the most to gain out of all this was, you know, the owner of Papa John's Pizza. You know, it's crazy. You started a whole ish storm, and look what's gotten us. You know, this is it's ridiculous, man. It's really ridiculous. This was a personal feud between you and Tom George. And now you don't even got your position at your company no more. It's sad. It's really sad. Like the outcome of all this, you know, and that Louisville had to be the victim of some idiot, man. Some idiot with too much money, and you know, think he had too much clout. And now, you know, the whole athletic department's in shambles. It's all in shambles. Except for the baseball, you know, them guys, they do what they supposed to do every year. They just go win. And women's basketball, you know, Jeff Walls, he does what he's supposed to do, man. Shout out to you. And the soccer team. Let me not forget about the soccer team, man. You know, they do what they supposed to do every year. They go out and do their job. They're not immersed in no controversy. They're not caught up in none of this. But the big money sports have been, you know, they've been taken all the way down, you know, and I'm not just going to blame this on some governor, because I'm pretty sure he had something to do with it too, but I know where it started at. It started with the feud between Tom George and Papa John, and now it's so many lawsuits going on at U of L, we can't, as an athletic department, this is gonna break us down to our knees, and it's crazy, man. These people that got in power over, it's crazy. These people are really, really, really backwards, and they really don't know what they're doing, man. And it's just to watch these losses, boy. It's sad, man. It's sad to see. I didn't think it would go down this far. You know what I'm saying? For a feud to have destroyed what was becoming one of the greatest athletic departments in college sports history. Like, for you guys to do that, it's like, man. And for you to think that you was just going to get rid of Tom George and Rick Pitino and completely rebuild and not have to pay those people it was completely foolish. It was completely foolish. Whoever these people are running this thing now, whoever's steering this ship, you must be drunk. Because if you thought you was gonna get away with that, you have to be drunk or high, or off something really strong. Because look what you've done, and I mean you're being sued. You've gotten sued by Tom Druridge. You're being sued by Rick Pitino. Now you're gonna fire Bobby Petrino, and he's worth $14 million in a buyout. You're gonna be nearly $100 million in debt in just lawsuits in 4 years. Like, who are you expecting to bring in to coach the football team now? Like, you got the basketball coach. We're gonna talk about that, like I said in another video. This is getting to be a little long. But, I mean, it's worth, me ranting over, because this is a serious situation. Like, in a way, we stuck with Bobby Petrino. You can't even get rid of him. Like, you can't afford to buy this man out. Where's the money going to come from? Unless one of these billionaires around here just decide to bail you guys out. But then you in debt to them, you're still in debt for the stadium. Like, they ain't paid off the Yum Center yet. Y'all charging us all type of taxes for the Yum Center. Like, what? As far as being a citizen of this city, like where are we supposed to go from here as a football program? I mean, in no way are you gonna go get a top tier football coach who's gonna come here and get paid $5 million a year. 2-3 million. It just ain't gonna happen now. We too far in debt. It's been too much controversy, and then they let complete idiots and people have nothing to do with athletic departments or athletics in general come in and try to take over an athletic department that was one of the highest grossing, if not the highest grossing athletic department for the past 10 years, and now they're basically broke and stuck with a losing product, and it's pathetic, man. It's really pathetic, and I don't even know. I don't have a suggestion for what these people are supposed to do. My only suggestion is that somehow y'all gonna have to get Charlie Strong to come back up here. I don't know how that works, but we don't need an offensive coach at this point. We need some type of a defensive mastermind. If we can get a defensive mastermind, which is what we had, and I don't blame Strong for leaving. He was facing some stuff I wouldn't have stayed for either. Everybody knows what happened with Charlie Strong. But, I mean, if it's not Charlie Strong, it's going to have to be a Charlie Strong type of coach. We need a defensive coach at this point. We could keep Bobby Petrino, but they got to find some type of a mastermind at defense. They need a mastermind defensive coordinator. Somebody got to fix the defense so Bobby Petrino can focus 100% on the offense and the offensive line. That's Louisville Cardinal weekly report, football. Where do we go from here? Leave me some comments down below. Sorry to be so long-winded, man. It's your boy Cardinal Red. Please like and subscribe. We out of here.